there's so much
You
new
know
for
what?
each
They
of
haven't
them.
been here together at the same time. We were in Colorado together.
Got it.
Oh,
Okay.
very good, okay.
That was in November.
Okay.
Nice.
But here at the
We're
same
here at
time.
home. You know, it's gonna be good for them too.
Yeah.
First time baby's here.
First time baby's here.
Woo! That'll be awesome.
It
So
will be.
great. All right, I'll see you soon.
And thank you so much
Oh,
for
you're
your effort coming in
Of
here
course.
mornings. I really, so
I get
appreciate
to
it.
see you stuff. Marianne?
Bye.
No.
He's such a sweet.
We've got a couple of minutes before we start.
Okie dokie. So I was at the doctor's the other day, OB, and she says, how flexible you are. I said, how flexible I am, you know, kind of. She goes, you just pop your feet right in there and stay there, and you can sit up and you don't have to move your knees. And I said, is this unusual? And she said, yes. Yes, it is. And she says, what are you doing? I said, well, let's see. I do yoga. She goes, yoga, that's it, of course. That's what it is. So I wanted to pass that on to you, that it's not even anything I think about. It's just the way I'm able to move, which is just great.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, that is you being in your practice.
There, yeah. Very nice, very, very nice. So how exciting, the boys are coming. I think that's just going to be marvelous.
Yeah, I mean, Tegan got here last night, but they're working today.
Yeah. I was wondering if you were going to be here.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I wasn't sure. I was like, oh, maybe not. Maybe
Yeah, I'm not going to teach tomorrow night, but.
There you go. Very good. Very nice.
Yes.
Just have babies all over the place.
You know, he has changed so much in just the last month and a half. Like, he looks like he's 3. I mean, he's 7 months and
Yeah.
he's crawling and he's pulling himself up.
He's ready to go. He sees people moving. He wants to do it.
Oh, he's, I don't know, I think they're gonna have their hands full.
Anna Rose was just about 2 years exactly from Julian. And Julian was up and walking and getting into things. And Anna Rose, she would watch me. And that was it. She didn't want a bottle. She wanted a drink from a cup. She didn't want this thing. She wanted to be like that person. She was standing. She was going with him.
Yeah.
That's it. And then once she got mobile, oh my God, because they went in opposite directions at the same time. It was just like, what are you doing, you guys?
Well, I've always said when there's one baby, 2 parents are good.
That's
If
exactly
there's
it.
2 babies, you should have like 3 or 4 parents.
You really do need 3. Yes, you do. You need 3 because while the 2 are looking over here, there's 1 escaping over there.
Exactly. I was like, parents should increase exponentially as the number of children.
We were at a picnic and there were there were babies and small children and toddlers and many moms.
Mm-hmm.
So whomever was nearest to whatever the situation was dealing with whatever it was all the way. That was great. Everybody had a good time.
Yeah.
Even the kids were like, okay, I'm bringing you back over here, plop. You know?
There's an escapee over there.
That's right, that's an escapee. They move incredibly fast for not being able to move.
Yeah, they sure.
They really do. So I hope that they're taking a picture once a month. That's it.
Yeah, I did say that.
Oh, that's so good.
Kate's been doing that.
Then you'll see you'll see because you haven't seen it, but they'll see because it's so dramatic.
Yeah.
It's such a short amount
Yeah, it's first year.
of time. Wow.
Okay, let's see.
I forget her name, but she's in the car on the phone. I know she's going to come in.
Oh, Anne.
And that's it.
Well, let's start here.
She must do a lot of business. Okay, here we go.
Oh, it's 10 o'clock, so we will start. All right. I'm gonna close that door. It doesn't close all the way.
I'm so glad it's cooler also.
Yeah, it's
oh my gosh,
Yeah.
just sitting outside was sweaty.
Yeah.
So I understand you have to go for a swim. It was like, yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, well, good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
To you here in the studio, to you online with me. Thank you for being here. My name's Pennee, and I will be the person up here this morning as we go through the flow. So as I was thinking about this class today, there's a really dear person that is having a birthday today, or this week. And so it made me think about birthdays and, you know, what we do to celebrate them. And then, of course, I came across this quote that I want to read that I love. It says, "We do not need a new year, a new week, or even a new day. All you need is your breath. Each breath offers you the opportunity to choose who you want to be, what you want to be, and how you want to move forward. And with each breath, you can choose again, and you can choose again, and you can choose again." And so I really loved that. So, you know, if it's your birthday this week or this month or this year, you know, happy birthday, but we also can think about in each moment how we would want to renew, what we might want to change, what we might want to have as we move forward. So today, with that in mind, as we move through your flow, what might you find in your flow that you can bring a newness to? You can maybe experience it in a different way. Or think about how you might want to move forward with it, how you might want to take it with you out into your practice when you go off the mat. Good morning.
Morning.
Come in and join us. So really thinking about this one precious day and what it just feels like to be here right now in the present. And maybe starting with some gratitude this morning as we find our way to the mat. Whatever that might be, maybe gratitude for a little bit of coolness today, a little bit cooler, or maybe you're one of those people that being really happy that tomorrow's supposed to be a little bit warmer. So whatever you might find to bring some gratitude into your practice, gratitude for you being here, being on your mat, and we'll get started. We'll just get started. So in a comfortable seated position, whatever that is, however that looks today, on a bolster, on a blanket, on your knees, whatever that is, just find what is easeful for you. Feel your sits bones if you're seated, wherever they are connected. And just let your body start to move. So we'll bring that torso forward and to the side, and to the back, around to the other side, and forward. Just letting yourself start to arrive this morning. Warming up the lower back and the hips. This movement can be gentle and easy. It can be very small. It can be large. Just being present to what feels good right now for you. And then we'll reverse that direction. Noticing if any of the sensations change, you feel it in a different place, in a different way. And just let even maybe the shoulders get involved a little bit. let these circles get smaller and smaller as you come back to center. And just take a nice inhale here. And an exhale. Good morning. And as you inhale here, just let those shoulders come up towards the ears, and then let the exhale release the shoulder blades down and back. Just let those shoulders roll a few times. Noticing where there might be any little kinks or tight spots this morning. We'll bring the shoulders back to neutral. And we'll take an inhale, lifting up through the top of the head. And on the exhale, let the chin move down towards the chest. And the inhale brings that right ear to the right shoulder. Exhale, the chin comes to the chest. And the inhale takes the opposite ear to the other shoulder. And just letting yourself move through this a few times. Noticing if there's any little noises, any little pops, or any little creaks. And back to center you come, letting the head come back, resting so nicely on the shoulders. And from here, we'll find our way to a tabletop position. So for tabletop, always remember you can bring that blanket underneath your knees if you'd like. I've got a little padding up here already. Hands come right underneath the shoulders, knees come right underneath the hips. And we'll find that cat-cow this morning. So the inhale brings the gaze forward, the belly button moves towards the earth, and the exhale pulls the belly button up towards the spine, pushing up through the palms, chin comes to chest. And the inhale moves you back to cow. So letting your breath be your guide here, finding your rhythm this morning. Once again, noticing where there might be any little tight spots, any tension. And let the breath move into those areas and let the breath move out. Noticing how the spine changes as you come into cow. And feeling it as it changes, as you move slowly into that cat, letting that back round in cat. You can stay with this cat-cow motion, or you can let those hips start to move a little bit side to side. Looking over the left shoulder towards the left hip, the right shoulder towards the right hip. Just letting things just move here. Notice what feels fun, what feels easeful. Maybe making some circles with the hips. And letting the circles stay circles so that it's equal all the way around. So we're not getting into ovals here. We're just doing some circles in both directions. Bring this back to center. We'll bring those hands a little bit forward on the mat. Fingers are wide, knuckles are connected right into the mat, and we'll tuck those toes, and as you inhale, press those hips right up towards the sky so those sits bones are high. The feet are pedaling here just gently. We're still warming up, still stretching out. And we'll look at those thumbs, and we'll start to walk the feet towards the thumbs and the thumbs towards the feet. coming into this forward fold, and really let the knees bend here. Let the knees bend, let the back stretch out, let the head and neck really relax. Hands can be on blocks, they can be on your shins. Hands can also be on opposite elbows here if you'd like. Let the hips, again, have a little side to side movement. Bending the knees here even more. Pull that core in as you slowly start to rise up to a standing posture. Let the head come up last, the shoulders release down. And just take a moment here. Now, once we're here, let's find our mountain pose. So feet are right underneath the hips. Feel the soles of the feet connected to your mat. And then notice that connection with the mat, with the earth. And as you start to move up the body with your awareness, let maybe some of that earth energy move up with it. So you come up and you notice your knees over the ankles, moving up hips over knees, spine and torso. Notice the spine and torso lifting. The shoulders are right over the hips. And let the head rest gently on the neck and shoulders. That energy filling you, rising up. And now let that energy also wash down through the arms as the palms rotate and shine forward. Now with the eyes here, your gaze can be forward with eyes open. Gaze can be downward, eyes can be closed here, just noticing what feels comfortable for you. Feel your strength here, feel your connection. Now leaving the hands where they are, or if you choose, you can bring the hands to that lower belly. And bring your awareness now to your breath. Notice how the breath is in this moment. And whatever the breath is right now, just be okay with it. Welcome it in. And now I would invite you with the next inhale, let the breath, if it's available, come in through the nose and let it start to move deeper into the body. Let the exhale be full and long. And the next inhale comes in through the lungs and let it come right down into that lower diaphragm, which may then let the belly expand. On the exhale, the belly may contract here as that breath comes back up and out. Shoulders stay relaxed here. Now I would invite you to play with this breath a little bit. Maybe let the inhale come in deep and let the exhale start to be a little bit longer than that inhale. Whatever the rhythm of your breath is this morning, send gratitude for that, be open for that. Let the breath connect you with your body, with your mind, grounding you here in your practice this morning. Finding where you might find a renewal in your practice. And then we'll take a nice inhale. We'll let the hands float up. And on the exhale, let the hands arc out to the side as you release them down. And we'll roll those shoulders once again. We'll lift them and let them release back. Now this time as you inhale, let the shoulders come again up towards the ears, but on the exhale, just let them go. We'll do that 2 more times. The inhale lifts, and the exhale just lets them go. And the 3rd time, inhale up, and just let them go. All right, so shake out those arms a little bit. Shake out shoulders and torso and hips. All right, so we'll take a nice inhale. We'll bring those hands up overhead. We'll interlace those fingers. Press the palms towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, have a nice little bend here to the right. Inhale, let the core pull you back. And the exhale releases to the other side. Let the knees be just a little bent here. That core is pulling you back to center. And we'll try that 1 more time on each side. And exhaling here. Hands come up to center, and we'll release them down. And once again, roll the shoulders. And shake out the hands. All right, hands come back up with the breath. This time on the exhale, we'll bring that right arm down. Left fingers reach high as the right fingers reach low. Just take another breath here. Expanding those ribs, the side body. We'll bring both arms up on the inhale, and the exhale releases that left hand down. And take your breath here, extending 1 high and 1 low. Noticing side to side differences. Inhale, those hands come up. And on the exhale, we'll release the arms down and we'll bring them behind. And you can either interlace your fingers or let the palms face each other. And as you take an inhale, just let the knuckles reach towards the floor, opening up that heart space. And the exhale releases the arms down to the side. We'll take that inhale again, bringing those hands up. And on the exhale, hands come to that gold post position, or I like to say goddess arms. Noticing your feet connected to the mat, knees a little bit bent, and we'll do some spinal breath this morning. So as you inhale, hands come back just a little as that heart space opens, and on the exhale, hands come forward, forearms come forward, chin to chest, belly button to spine. And as we open, we have a little bit of that arch in the back, a little bit of a ducktail, and then the exhale rounds us all forward. Now let your breath again guide you here, finding your rhythm this morning with your breath. Finding yourself present, letting everything else go for right now. And with each breath, you can choose who you want to be, what you want to be, how you want to move forward. And as you exhale, we'll bring those hands again forward. And this time as you inhale, those arms open, but we'll come into a side twist here. And the exhale will bring us forward again, shoulders Rounding, and as you inhale, opening that heart space and finding that little twist. Maybe this can be even a little bit of a meditative move this morning as you fully connect with your body, with your breath, being present. As you come forward, we'll open those arms out now in that T position. And as you exhale, let's just wrap the arms around, giving yourselves a little hug. Inhale, let the spine expand, and on the exhale, we'll do a little bit of a twist while we're giving ourselves that nice little hug this morning. And let your breath breathe you to center, the exhale to the other side. And back we come to center. The hands release down to the side. And we'll do the twist one more time. So we'll inhale, and on the exhale, come to that twist, the inhale to center. And just notice as the arms change position, you may feel this in different parts of your back. And back we come. All right, so let's bring those feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. We'll bring the hands to that lower back, knees are a little bit bent. And we'll start by cocking the hips out to the right, to the front, to the other side, to the back. And then we'll start to round off the edges as we come into a circle here. So we're keeping the neck, the spine all in one. So the torso is moving as one here. And we're keeping that circle too. So maybe if there's a little bit of soreness on one side, only go to the edge of that. Only go to your comfort zone. And keep that on the other side too. Because the body will start to unwind itself. So we're keeping, again, this a circle and not an oval. And we'll go in the other direction. Feeling yourself still connected to your mat, to your practice. I guess I brought a little frog with me this morning in my throat. We'll bring this back to center. Excuse me, we'll bring those feet back under hip width apart. And now we'll bring this motion just down into our pelvis. So now we're just letting that pelvis rotate so that tailbone is like it's drawing circles on your mat. So that tailbone is weighted down towards the mat. We'll just let the hips move here in both directions. Bring this back to center. We'll step those legs out one more time so we're nice and wide. And we're really going to root down from the waist right down through our legs. Just plant them nice and steady. And from the waist up, we'll start that rotation. Letting the hands connect with the body here. That can be the hips, that can be the lower back. This can be a nice little release for the lower back. And again, you can keep those heels planted here if you'd like, or the heels can lift. And a little bit more of a twist, the heels can lift up. Yeah, just let everything go and move here. And we'll slow this down. Let things knees just come to a stop on their own. And let's lift those shoulders again up towards the ears and release them back. Guess my shoulders are really asking for that this morning for some reason. All right, so from here, we'll come to the top of your mat. And I'm stepping my left foot back. Now you can have your left foot at that 45-degree angle. Front toes are forward as the hips are forward. We'll keep the knee over the ankle as we bend that knee forward, and as we inhale, we'll straighten it. And on the exhale, we'll bend. Now you can keep that foot at a 45-degree angle. You can also turn that foot so the heel is up and you're on your tucked toes. So those are the options here. Now we'll take a nice inhale, we'll straighten that leg, we'll bring hands to heart space. And as you exhale, knee bends, hands come forward, we'll part those clouds and pull them apart as we straighten. So we're having this swimming type of motion here. We'll inhale to straighten, we'll exhale, part those clouds, and come back. So just noticing what might be in front of you that you would like to. You would just like to part and see beyond. Maybe find the sun, a nice gentle sun today. Just the right temperature. And just let the clouds part, see your way clear ahead. And we'll do that one more time. We'll bring the hands back to heart center. And we'll step that back foot forward. Give those legs a shake. And release the hands. And so we will do the same thing on the other side to find our balance things out. So I'll step my right foot back. And again, 45-degree angle, or it can be up on the tucked toes with the heel lifted. We'll take a nice inhale, straightening that front leg, bringing hands to heart space. And on the exhale, that front knee bends, hands extend forward, and as you inhale, the knee straightens as we sweep the arms back. So just finding your rhythm here. Again, we'll part the clouds. Just letting whatever might be clouding up your vision part. Seeing clearly. Keeping both feet connected to the mat here. Move this one more time. Hands come to heart space. Back foot steps forward. And we'll shake those legs up. All right. So now we'll do something a little bit different with our breath. What we're going to do is we're going to take 3 sniffs in. So as the arms come here, we'll take a sniff in. As they come to the side, we'll take a sniff in. As they come up overhead, we'll take a sniff in. And on the exhale, the hands come down as we hop out our breath. So this forward motion can be a big one. It can be right here. Just really being connected with your lower back and what it is asking for today. All right, so we'll take an inhale, and a ha. So inhale, 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 ha. Sniff, 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 ha. Ha. Just really let it go and ha. Let whatever needs to go, let it out. Ha. heart space, and just take a moment here. Take a moment and just notice. Notice what might be going on in your body, what might be going on in your mind. And just being present. And the hands come up. We'll release them down. And since Thursday was the summer solstice, and we're officially into summer, we'll do a little sun salutation this morning just to give an official welcome to things if you haven't already. And as always, if you have a sun salutation that you absolutely love, please go for that and do that. So for us, we'll take a nice inhale, bring the hands overhead. The exhale, fingers interlace as we push them forward. The inhale brings those hands high. The exhale pulls the belly button in as we come down, letting the hands rest on the shins. The inhale lifts the back, so it's at a 45-degree angle here. The exhale releases us down to the mat, hands on blocks or shins. The inhale brings us back up to standing, pulling that core in. Hands come up overhead. And on the exhale, knees bend as we come into a chair pose. Inhale, the hands lift. Exhale, bring those palms forward, shoulders are rounded. Inhale, hands come overhead. Exhale, forward we go, hands on shins. Inhale brings us halfway up, back toward the ceiling. Exhale, knees bend as we come into forward fold. Inhale, core tightens. So we come up to standing, hands come overhead. Exhale into chair. Inhale here, you can move with your breath, going with your rhythm, however that might work for you. Keeping that connection with your feet, with the earth. Rising up to greet the sun. Feeling that earth, sun connection. And exhaling into that forward fold. Inhale, back lifts towards the sky. Exhale into forward fold. Inhale, rolling up. Hands overhead. Exhale into chair. And let's do that one more time. Up we come. Exhale, forward, rounding those shoulders. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, hands to shins. Inhale, back to sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rolling up. Greeting the sun. And exhale into chair. Now let's just take a nice couple of breaths here. Knees are forward, still see those toes. Hands can be by the ears, by the shoulders, prayer pose, at the waist. What honors your shoulders this morning? And we take that nice inhale, hands come up. And the exhale brings hands back to prayer position. Take a nice inhale here. And release hands to let them rest on the lower belly. Just take a moment. A nice inhale. And exhale. Now with your next inhale, let that right arm sweep out to the side as it comes up overhead. The exhale brings the thumb to trace that center line as it comes down the body. Palm is facing towards the wall as it rests on that other hand. We'll inhale, the opposite arm up, and the exhale lets that thumb again trace that center line down the body till it connects with the other hand. Now move through this with your breath 2 more times. So 2 more times on each side. Allow yourself to feel this grounding, bringing this energy in. It's beautiful earth energy, sun energy into your strong and beautiful body. And whenever you've completed your 2 more rounds, again, just take a moment. Feel yourself being present. And release those hands. And take a moment here to roll those shoulders again. All right, so let's move through a little bit of a warrior flow this morning. We'll move to the top of the mat. Again, connect yourself. Feel your feet connected to the earth. Maybe lift up through the torso, feeling the head reaching up towards the sky. And we'll step that left foot back. And that left foot now is parallel with the short end of your mat. Front toes are forward. This time your torso is towards the long part of your mat. Shoulders are right above your hips. So we'll take a nice inhale here. Bring hands to heart space. And as you exhale, we'll bend that front knee and extend the arms into a T position. We'll inhale 1 more time here. Bring hands back to heart space. Straighten that leg. And as you exhale, hands come to the T, that knee bends. Now allow the palms to face up, relaxing the shoulders back. Palms now come around to face down. The eyes come out over those fingers. As those shoulders are relaxed, belly button's pulled into the spine. That back foot is connected. Front foot is connected. Feeling yourself strong. Living as a warrior from your heart. Now the inhale brings that front palm high, back palm rests on that lower leg, that back leg. We'll take a breath here. The exhale releases that front arm down to that front knee. Back hand sweeps around, lifts up, so elbows over ear, palm is facing down. Now if this is intense on the shoulders, that top arm can rest on the side, it can rest on the back. Feeling maybe that nice straight line from the tips of your fingers down the side of the body, right down to that back foot. Now the inhale brings the hands back to that T position, that front leg straightens. The exhale extends those front fingers long as they come down to rest on a block, on the top of your leg, on the bottom of your leg, either above or below the knee. And we'll bring that top arm out, rotating the torso here so that the heart space is open. And again, what honors that shoulder this morning? Finding your breath. Finding your strength, finding that connection. All right, everybody looks so good. Inhale, coming back to that T position. And we'll release those hands down. Now we'll turn both toes forward, letting the heels be a little bit wider than the toes. And we'll take a nice inhale here. The knees are slightly bent. That core is nice and tight. And as you exhale, we'll slowly roll forward, bending from the hip creases, coming into this forward fold. Hands again can be on blocks, on the mat. Let the head and neck release here. Now if you'd like to straighten those knees, you can straighten the knees. Breathe here. Now we'll take an inhale and slowly walk those hands over to that right foot. Take a breath here. The next inhale brings you back to center. And the exhale takes you to the other side, to that left foot. Nice inhale here. Exhale, releasing whatever wants to just go. Inhale back to center. And we'll bend those knees again, engage that core. Slowly rising now back to standing, taking your time, letting the shoulders lift and the head come up. And just taking a moment here. And then we'll heel toe those feet together. And letting those legs have a little shake. And then to find our balance, we'll move to the other side. All right. All right, so with feet up at the top of the mat, let's just take a pause here. Let's take a pause, feel your connection, and feel into your body. Feel one side, feel the other side. And then we'll take that right foot back. Again, it is parallel with the short end of your mat. Those front toes are forward. And we're facing the long part of the mat. We'll take that inhale, hands come to heart space, knees straight. And as you exhale, hands come to T, that knee bends. Inhale, brings us back to center. And exhale, we come into that T position. Palms lift up. Palms turn back towards the mat. Shoulders are relaxed. Gaze is over those front fingers. Noticing your shoulders, keeping the shoulders over the hips. Breathing here. Feeling those fingers behind you. Reaching back, the fingers in front of you, reaching forward. Yet here you are in your torso, right here in the center, in the present. The inhale brings that front palm high, back palm to that back leg. Taking a breath here. The exhale brings that front elbow to the front knee. Backhand sweeps around as that elbow comes to reach, or the elbow's over the ear, palms are reaching long, opening that heart space, keeping those feet planted. Then the inhale brings us back to a T position with the arms, that front leg straightens. The exhale reaches those front fingers long, until they come to connect with the block, your ankle, your upper leg, opening that heart space up, noticing side to side here, and where that top arm wants to be. All right, here we come back to upright. Release the arms down. Turn that front toe forward, and we'll heel toe those feet together. Feeling both sides now. Inhale, those hands come up overhead. And on the exhale, knees bend, belly button to spine as we come into that forward fold position. Excuse me. And once again, noticing how this forward fold feels. Knees can be straight here, knees can be bent. Hands can be on opposite elbows, on your shins, on the mat, on block. Keeping the breath moving in and out. Releasing. And then we'll bring one knee down and then the other knee down to the mat as we come back into that tabletop position. Now bring the knees wide, big toes come together. And on the exhale, let the hips release down towards the heels as you come into your child's pose. Now let that forehead rest on the mat, on your hands, on a block. And just give yourself permission in this moment to just do absolutely nothing but surrender here into your pose. To just be here. Be present in your body, in your mind. Be present here on your mat. Just connecting with yourself. Maybe feeling some gratefulness, some gratitude for taking the time to be here this morning in your practice. Inhale brings you back to tabletop. And just letting those hips move side to side once again. And letting the torso now make some circles here. So pretend you're inside of a barrel and you're trying to touch all the surface. And then from here, we'll come into a seated position. Finding what's ever, again, comfortable for you. It could be up on a blanket, on a bolster. Sit up on a blanket this morning. Give my hips a little bit of a assist here. We'll bring those soles of the feet together. And we'll take a nice inhale to lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, let the heart space lead us forward as we come into a little bit of a forward motion. You can always put blocks underneath the upper legs. Just coming to wherever your edge is this morning. inhale, let the hands slide up. And finding a comfortable place for your legs. Now, it could be cross-legged. It could be on your knees, if you'd like. If you're on your knees, you can always bring a blanket underneath the knees, or you can bring something to sit on, which is when I'm on my knees, this is what I need to do. I need to bring something to lift my hips up a little bit. So, once you find that comfortable position, we'll bring our hands to our shoulders. Now, hands can be on the shoulders if that's comfortable. Hands can also be in that goddess position, so whichever is more comfortable for you. And as you take an inhale, we'll turn to the left, and as you exhale, you'll turn to the right. So the inhale takes you to the left, exhale to the right. Now this can be a very gentle and a very slow motion. Your eyes can follow, your eyes can be closed. As the body loosens up a little bit more, you can always speed this up. So it's a follow the guidance and the wisdom of your body here. Remember, the arms can be in either position. And we'll take a nice inhale, bring back to center. Suspend the breath for 1, 2, and then release the hands, release the breath. And take a moment for a couple of your own breaths here. Then allow the legs to extend forward. I'm just going to push my back here a little bit. So legs are extended forward. As always, if those hamstrings are a little tight this morning, you can bring a block underneath the legs. Or you can bend the knees and let the feet rest on the floor. So we'll take a nice inhale here. And on the exhale, we'll bring that torso forward as a unit. And come into wherever that feels comfortable today. Now, if you've chosen to have the knees bent and the feet on the floor as you come forward, you can always slowly start to extend those legs. So letting it be whatever it is today. Noticing where you feel it. Then the inhale walks those hands back up the legs as you come back to upright. And here we will bend the knees and bring the feet onto the floor. We'll really engage that core, and we'll start that slow descent down to the mat.
Our favorite.
What?
Our favorite.
Your favorite. So just let yourself come down, keeping the core engaged. Roll gently down, feeling the spine connect, the shoulders and the head. Just let it all go. And then once you're down there, let the knees come in toward the chest. Give them that nice hug. A little side to side rock for the lower back. And release those legs down. So the knees still are bent here and the feet are on the floor, but now we'll bring that right ankle up onto that left leg. And we'll give this a nice little stretch, and as always, that foot can stay right on the mat, or you can lift that left leg. Always keeping the head and neck nicely connected to the mat. And then we'll release that left foot down to the floor. Take a nice inhale here, and as you exhale with the right leg still in place, roll over onto that left hip and bring that right foot down to the mat. Left shoulder releases back to the mat. Now you can keep that left foot right, or that right foot on the mat, or if you prefer, you can release that the left leg and place it on top. The right leg and place it on top of the left. So now that you're totally confused,
Yeah.
just do whatever you want to do. So we're in a twist
That's good.
with knees stacked, or the right sole of the foot is on the mat. Rolling back, coming back to center, placing the soles of the feet on the mat, realign, readjust the spine, and we'll bring that left ankle up over the right leg. Right foot stays connected to the mat, or it lifts. Shoulders are relaxed, head is relaxed. Now if that right foot was lifted, you can let it come down to meet your mat, keeping the left foot crossed on the right. Then we'll take that inhale and we'll roll onto the right hip. Left foot comes down to the mat. Left shoulder releases back. And again, you can stay here, or you can bring that top leg to rest on the bottom leg with knees stacked. All right, the breath brings you back to center. Both feet are on the floor, knees are bent. And let the knees move from side to side. A little windshield wiper motion. And the creaking truly is this really not. Can you hear it?
Yes.
All right, back to center. Extending one leg long and then the other. And bringing the hands together so that the fingers are interlaced, just leaving the pointer fingers pointing out, and we'll bring those hands up overhead. And take a nice inhale at the toes point in one direction, the pointer fingers in the other. Stretching that body, nice full body stretch. Again, always being gentle with your shoulders, doing what feels comfortable here. And then the exhale brings those hands back down to the side. Bend the knees, bring the feet to the mat, and walk the feet so that they're just a little bit wider than hip width apart, letting the knees come in to rest on each other. Just take a minute here. And really feel that connection again with your body. Feel the connection again where your body is being supported fully by your mat, by the floor. Take a full inhale. And on the exhale, let the body slide a bit deeper into the comforting support of your mat, the floor, the earth. Just letting the body go and release. Now start to imagine being in a place that you love to be. It may be someplace real, or it may be someplace that you would like to travel to, or maybe it's totally imaginary. Just let your mind travel, let your body relax, and just take a little time just to be here. And then very gently notice if this is where you would like to continue as you move into your relaxation, or if there's any adjustments you would like to make as you go into your relaxation pose today. So if you'd like bolster under your knees,
Yes, please.
pillow under your head, a blanket over your body. Can I get you anything else?
No.
Back from your head.
Oh, yes.
So if you've made any adjustments, let the body explore those. Notice if the mind wants to continue on its little journey. As the body relaxes even more, even deeper. Once again, allowing yourself to surrender into and giving permission to doing nothing, just being. Melting, becoming heavier and heavier, being present. your next inhale, gently bringing your mind, gently bringing your body back into the space. Receiving the inhale and releasing the exhale. Being aware of the body resting on the mat, being held, being supported. Letting the breath bring awareness down into the feet and the toes and into the hands and the fingers. And keeping the eyes closed if that's comfortable. Letting the body maybe have a full body stretch here. If you'd like to bring the knees in towards the chest, you can bring the knees in towards the heart space. And start rubbing now the palms of the hands together. Rubbing the hands together, generating heat. And then placing the palms of the hands over your eyes. Feeling the heat that they offer to your eyes. And now with the hands still over the eyes, gently allow the eyes to start to open. Letting the eyes open slowly. They start to see the light filtering in through the hands. And then you can release the hands as the eyes adjust to the light around you. And when you're ready, you can roll to one side, and letting the head rest on a blanket, your elbow, your hand. Just taking a pause here, reflecting on this transformation from your mat to a practice off your mat. Noticing that renewal that we each get to choose with each breath. And being like the lotus, trust in the light, grow through the dirt, and believe in new beginnings. And pushing yourself up to that upright posture. The love, the light, the radiance that lives in me recognizes, honors, and is so grateful for the love, the light, the radiance that shines from you. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Namaste.
Namaste. Oh, thank you, Pennee. So much better.
Thank you. I love being here with you guys. Oh, and I love being here with you online too. Such a privilege to do this. So here we go. Start Monday, right?
Vroom. That Shavasana it's so easy to just sleep.
It's the Shavasana right out.
Comes right on.
Thank you, my friends. Thank you, Belinda. And Beck. Thank you. Shannon, thank you all for being here. Good to see your names.
I think you got the unwillingness out of my body.
Yes.
too. Good to see you, Nate. Thanks for being here.